What's going on? Jaws87 here, and today I'm going to talk about whether Nintendo fans would rather see a new 3D Donkey Kong or Super Mario Odyssey 2 from the Nintendo EPD developers, the makers behind Mario Odyssey. So this week, there were some leaks about the big old ape who's turning 40 this year. Donkey Kong is rumored to be coming out with a new game, and it's being developed, allegedly, by the Nintendo EPD development team. Like I said, the makers behind Mario Odyssey. I'll have a link in the description to the Nintendo Life article that references a few of these reputable leakers and what they have to say about the possibility of this new Donkey Kong game. But for this video, instead of just focusing on this leak, I want to dive into the question or the debate I'm seeing in certain comment sections about whether Nintendo fans would want to see this 3D Donkey Kong game or a Super Mario Odyssey 2. And before I get into the pros and cons of a Mario Odyssey 2 or a 3D Donkey Kong game, I just want to say I'm a huge Donkey Kong fan. I grew up playing Donkey Kong games and loving them. I remember seeing Donkey Kong Country, the minecart levels before that game came out when I was like 6 years old, just being blown away, almost like with those like 2.5 3D models on the Super Nintendo, and more specifically, I have a huge soft spot in my heart for Donkey Kong 64. I got that on Christmas of 1999 when the game came out, and I celebrated the new millennium by playing Donkey Kong 64 and collecting golden bananas. So, Mario Odyssey 2 or 3D Donkey Kong, what would we rather see from this amazing Nintendo EPD team? Well, the pros of Mario Odyssey are very self-evident and clear. They already made Mario Odyssey 1, which is one of the best platformers ever made. It was both a huge commercial and critical success. It sold over 20 million copies. It has a 97 on Metacritic. I mean, it's hard to argue with the success of that game. I mean, it is the gold, I would say, it is the gold standard for 3D platformers at this point. And if this team that made Odyssey 1, made Odyssey 2, it'd just be a natural evolution. Anytime we have a team that comes out and makes something great, as gamers, we want to see them evolve that. Maybe they could move Odyssey 2 to be more like an open world type game, which Bowser's Fury was experimenting with for anyone who's played that game. And another thing is they're guaranteeing amazing sales. It's going to be a huge commercial success. Odyssey 2 will sell, tens of millions, and it's going to make Nintendo a lot of pretty much guaranteed money. And I don't think any true Nintendo fan is going to be disappointed if Nintendo comes out and says, hey, we're making Odyssey 2. I think pretty much, you'd have to think at least 90% of Nintendo fans would be pretty pumped with that news, including myself. But on the other hand, we can't discount the magic, the uniqueness of what a new 3D Donkey Kong game would be like for gamers. It's been since 1999. The last time we experienced Donkey Kong in 3D for his own adventure. So we're at 22 years right now. And I think I am craving something new from Nintendo. A lot of times I love Zelda, I love Mario, but they're kind of B tier or whatever you want to call it. They're second level type franchises like a Metroid or Luigi's Mansion or even Donkey Kong. They don't get as much love because the sales numbers aren't there. So anytime I kind of see something new and unique in those franchises, I am excited. And being the Rare fan I was back in the N64 era with Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong 64, if they could kind of capture some of that Rare magic and put it into a Donkey Kong, a 2021, 2022 3D Donkey Kong game, I couldn't be happier, honestly. And the thing is, the chances are they're probably making a 2D Donkey Kong game. But for the sake of argument, if they were making a 3D Donkey Kong game, Donkey Kong fans could argue that, hey, we've had two awesome 2D Donkey Kong games in the last decade. We had Donkey Kong Country Returns and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, both amazing games done by Retro Studios, who is hard at work on Metroid Prime 4, and we have not seen a 3D Donkey Kong game. A lot of people that are huge Nintendo fans now weren't even born the last time a 3D Donkey Kong game has come out. So what are some of the downsides of making a 3D Donkey Kong game? Well, Nintendo EPD has never made a 3D Donkey Kong game, and this would be something new for them. Just because they had the great success with Mario Odyssey, the jumping mechanics, the hat mechanics, everything felt so good, doesn't mean they could translate that into a Donkey Kong game. Now, would Nintendo EPD make a bad 3D Donkey Kong game? The chances of that are pretty much slim to none. I mean, the game would be at least good. The chances of something poor, Metacritic of the 60s, something that just like broken, I mean, the chances are pretty much zero for that. But that being said, it doesn't mean they're going to knock it out of the park and make a 3D Donkey Kong platformer that reviews in the 90s, sells 10 million copies. I mean, that's another thing. Commercially, the fact that Mario just sells so much that they would be over the moon, Nintendo, if a 3D Donkey Kong game sold half as much as Mario Odyssey. And that is asking a lot. So from a business perspective, for Nintendo EPD development team to throw all the resources into a 3D Donkey Kong game, they're leaving money on the table by not just diving right into Odyssey 2, which probably is saying this is not going to happen. It's more of a pipe dream. And they're probably working on a 2D game instead with a kind of a team that was broken off of the main Odyssey team. But we can all dream, right? And I think a lot of hardcore Nintendo fans want a 3D Donkey Kong game over a new Odyssey game. Does that mean the mainstream kind of, hey, just the kid that has his Switch who's never really played that much Donkey Kong wants to see a 3D Donkey Kong game over Odyssey? No. I think a mainstream kind of just the general public, kids or kind of casual fans that have a Switch, they probably want to see Odyssey 2 over a new Donkey Kong. But for us kind of lifelong, 30-somethings Nintendo fans, we really want this 3D Donkey Kong game to happen. It's going to take a lot for Nintendo to actually make it happen. Will it happen at some point? Maybe, but I'm not gonna count on it. So I want to know in the comments, what do you want? As a big Nintendo fan, would you rather see a 3D Donkey Kong game from Nintendo EPD, or just, hey, we need Odyssey 2. Odyssey 1 is too good for them not to just dive right into Odyssey 2. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this 3D Donkey Kong versus Odyssey debate. And real quick, I just want to give a shout out to this awesome 2D platform game called Kaze and the Wild Masks. It's a 2D platforming game that is in the vein of the Donkey Kong Country games. So if that's something you're interested in, please check that out. I'll have a link in the description below to where you can buy this game on Steam or on the Nintendo eShop. And guys, if you like what I'm doing here, I try to make 2 to 3 videos a week about upcoming and new games and news in the gaming space. If that's something you're interested in, please subscribe. And until next time, this has been Jaws87. Take care.